Okay, everything has been stitched and now it's time to put it together. So I sewed the small pieces to each other with one seam. I used a 1/4 inch seam allowance, and I did iron the seams open when I finished because I know this is a wall hanging and I'm not worried about the batting coming through, especially since I have Form Flex behind everything also. One thing to keep in mind, I used easy press ironing treatment so that these seams would lay really, really flat, and I highly encourage you to use that. After I sewed these two together, then I sewed the long one to them with one more long seam. And again, I ironed the seams open and I used easy press. I did do my little straight stitching over the two seam, over the seam, and I really had no problem doing that. You can add more embellishments as you like. If you wanted more caterpillars, you could do that. Have fun with it. It is yours. Once I finished sewing the centerpiece, then I wanted to sew on the outside border. Now I'm going to show you, I cut this 3.5 inches. I don't like it. It's way too heavy for the quilt, but sometimes I just have to experiment before I figure out what I want. So we are going to cut it down and we will be giving you less fabric because we want it to be looking exactly like ours if that's what you want. And so probably it's going to be more like a 2.5 inch cut. You'll just sew the sides on first. Iron your seams out toward the outside border, again using the easy press, and then sew the top and bottom on. Now this isn't quilted yet. I haven't quite figured out how the quilting is going to go, but when you see it finished, then you'll know how I quilted it. And you can feel free to hand quilt it or machine quilt it. I like to make sure that I have stitching no more than a hand's width apart. So I will have to do something in the center. However, this is a wall hanging, so it's not as important to quilt as extensively as you would a quilt that's going on your bed. I hope you've enjoyed learning how to do wool applique and embellish with pearl cotton. And if you have any questions, please feel free to let us know. Send us an email to sewcreativeashland@gmail.com. Thanks for joining us.